in the beginning. I think I got my start flying, or getting into aviation, when I was around 12 or 13 years old. And it would have been while I was playing a video game where you get to fly airplanes and do all the fun things that goes with that. And I think there was just a moment where it clicked in my head that, hey, people do this for a living, and like I can get paid to do this, and I'm doing this for fun right now. What part of this sounds like a bad idea? So I started doing some research, looking into what all being a pilot would entail, and I loved it. The more I looked into it, the more I was interested. There's an amazing community surrounding the world of aviation, and just the stuff I would be able to do throughout my career really excited me. And from there, I joined Air Cadet Squadron in my hometown, and after 3-4 years with them, I had earned my first pilot's license through a scholarship. I got my glider pilot's license. Then a year after that, which would have been the same year I graduated from high school, I earned my private pilot's license. So that was a really good start for me in my career, and yeah, from there I moved on to Providence.
Yeah, I think all pilots have a beginning where they fell in love with aviation. For me, I was about 5 or 6 years old, as far as I remember. That was the first time I said I want to be a pilot. It was an age that at that time I would choose different jobs. Before that, I wasn't sure what I'm gonna do. Just like, I mean, you don't want a 5 or 6 year old kid to have a career path already, but that was the first time I said I want to be a pilot. For some reason, it didn't leave my head. And as I grew up, I kept studying more about it. I was really interested in it, buying magazines and books. My grade 7, the school I was going to, was actually by an airport, so I would see all sorts of airplanes flying in and out. And at that time, I became more serious that this is what I want to pursue. And it carried on all the way till I was 18, and I was able to do my first flight. And the very first flight that I did, I found what I want to do, and I just couldn't think of anything else. And it's still there. It just never gets old. And every day that I think back, I don't think I would have picked something else.
10-4-053 at 2 miles final 36, slow approach only.
K2 Oscar access, the helicopter traffic in sight.
Foxtrot Yankee Uniform Alpha's on the roll for takeoff runway 32, it's flying back north.
So I remember my first flight I ever had would have been while I was with the Air Cadets, and I got to go take a ride in a small glider, and it was super cool. The glider has no engine, so it's totally silent, so when you're up in the air it's just you and the wind, and that's all you can hear. And yeah, I'd like to say that it was like a really exciting moment for me to get to fly for the first time, but honestly, it wasn't that exciting for me. And not in a bad way, but like, it just felt natural. Like I felt at home when I was flying. It was like, it had been the same thing that I've done thousands of times in my dreams before, so it wasn't nothing new to me, it seemed. And I think that just made me fall in love with it all the more.
Yeah, well, yeah, I totally remember my first flight. So I got to this airport where we were doing our flight training. We had this small 2-seater airplane, and there was a Tecnam, an Italian aircraft, really light. My instructor told me just go sit in the airplane, get used to how everything is, where the buttons are, what you see in there. And I remember I didn't even know how to climb into the cockpit, even though it was like 2 feet above the ground. But I sat in the airplane looking at the panel, and I told myself, there's no way I can do this. It's just, there's so many things going on, I can't see myself going solo. And then we turned on the engine, we taxied onto the runway, and we lined up, and my instructor told me, you have controls, you do the takeoff. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've never flown before. And he said, well, you think I flew before when I first started? And so he convinced me to fly myself, and oh my goodness, the airplane was just all over the runway, zigzag down the runway. I don't know how he trusted me, but I was So yeah, he just let me take off, and he started clapping for me, and he was more excited than I was. And it was a short flight. The weather was getting kind of bad, so we were in the air for just half an hour, and I was laughing for the whole time. And I don't remember anything he told me, that this is how you do it, this is that. Because I was just so that was like an ecstasy. I was just laughing the whole time. Couldn't resist it. And, I can still I can close my eyes and picture that feeling that I had in that moment.
Next time traffic, Yankee Zulu Delta, 1700 feet. We are 4 miles to the southeast of the field, and we're coming inbound for straight in downwind 18.
Delta Romeo Yankees taking off 25, departing to the west, IMXO.
It's always awesome to get to share flying with others. Like, as I'm building time here, every once in a while I'll get the chance to take up some friends and just go flying. And it's amazing every single time that I get to take people who have never been in a small plane before and just take them up to see what it's like. And just being able to see the joy on their faces when they get into the air and we do some turns and fly around a bit. It's awesome to see how much they love it, and to be able to take them into my element, what I love, and share that with them, that's always amazing for me.
Here the fearless leader approaches, the sun blinding on his face. Oh, beautiful. Here we are pulling out of the parking lot. We are on the road. Where we are?
We are now at Harv's Air Service in Steinbach.
And what are we doing here?
We are flying.
Oh. Look at that's a plane. Right over there.
Yeah, there's nothing left to prove, 'cause I'm just trying to be a better version of me for you, a better version of me for you.
Wait, so the fuel is in the wing?
The fuel's in the wings.
Yeah, right? Isn't that so cool?
What?
How big is the fuel? Oh.
What is that you have there?
This is plane fuel.
Ooh,
You can see it's blue.
blue.
And it smells beautiful.
I just... Oh, it smells like...
So tell me, what is this sleeping bag that you were taking off?
It keeps the engine warm.
Do you want me to unbuckle?
And so this is the engine. Glycom. This is the control board. And the pilot enters in. And this starts our adventure! Zoom, zoom!
Yes.
How are you? Are you excited?
What?
Have you ever been out?
In a plane like this? No.
I was born excited.
Came out of the womb.
How about you, Keegan? How are you feeling?
I'm so excited right now.
So excited.
Supply me with what I need for a good life. So when I'm down, I'll hold my head up high. 'Cause you're the
Let's
reason
hit it.
I'm on the up and up. I ain't giving up on what I know I'm capable of. Yeah, I'm on the up and up. Now there's nothing left to prove, 'cause I'm just trying to be a better version of me. I'm just trying to be a better version of me.
every year, if we can organize it, if we have enough people, and at Providence in the aviation program, we put together something we just call the Prov trip, which is for generally the second or third year aviation students, and it's a long cross country. We'll take, depending on how many people we have that need to go, we'll take 1, 2, 3 planes, and we'll take reading week and basically fly from Steinbach, Manitoba, and go all the way through the United States, final destination being Los Angeles. And it's absolutely crazy because we got all these little college students just from Manitoba, and we just fly. We take on the big world of the United States aviation, and it's huge. It puts us in all these new situations that we've never seen before, and is a really big learning experience for all of us because we get to see all these new things, all these different places, and learn how aviation works a little differently in different situations. So that's really cool, and it is a great learning experience. And along the way, we got to see some really cool places. We got to stop at the Grand Canyon, and we spent a day hiking through the Grand Canyon, which was so much fun. It was so beautiful. Pictures don't do that place justice. And then in the end, we ended up on the coast of LA and just hung out on the beach and got to see the ocean. And yeah, it was a super cool experience for me.
So, my favorite part of flying is obviously the ultimate freedom you have when it comes to where you want to go, and you have the whole sky. Right now, we're flying from. We're not on our way back to Steinbach from Lethbridge. We just passed Medicine Hat in Alberta, and you have this open sky. There's nobody else around here for miles. You're just yourself and your airplane, maybe your passengers. So it's absolutely free. It's the absolute freedom, the ultimate freedom that you get from flying, and it's totally priceless. And just able to go to places that you've never been before, and you never thought you would go, and see things that you would see a different picture of when you're on the ground. We're just about to. The sun is just about to set, so it's just a rare opportunity. It's how often you get a view like this. I can say this is my office view every day. So that's definitely my most favorite part of flying.
This year, one of the cool things we got to do this year was we got to do a flyover with our aviation students. So for the last soccer game of the season, we got all our aviation students together, and I think we had 5 planes total this year. And we flew in formation over the soccer field, just as our way of showing people what it is we get to do every day. And I think I got the luckiest end of that because I got to go up with Luke Penner and fly our Pitts S2B aerobatic aircraft, which is so much fun. Luke Penner did a lot of the flying. I was basically along for the ride, but we got to show everybody what some of those planes can really do. And a lot of people think they know what flying feels like. Like, I'll ask them if they've ever been flying before, and they'll say, oh yeah, I've been flying on a airliner and I was just going somewhere for vacation or flying here to school or something like that. But that's not flying. If you think that's flying, like, you have no idea.
Wanna go now?
Okay, going now.
Let's hit it.
I can't is right. Let's unite to the rock and roll. Everybody, I cannot run away. The feeling's gotta stay while we rock all night long. I think that we all know the reason that we show the world how real we are.
There, waving.
Oh man, I love this so much.
Cool.
I wish I could fly this thing every day.
Yeah, you and me both.
I think at the heart of it all, the reason that I fly is because I believe that is what God has planned for me. I believe that whatever it is that He's got planned for me in the future, it has something to do with flying. I don't know what it is yet, but that's where I'm supposed to be headed, so that's what I'm working towards. I don't know where that's going to take me. It looks like I'm going to start out as a flight instructor here in Steinbach, and I'll do that for a while, maybe my whole life, depends on how much I like it. And then from there, we'll move on to, who knows, I could end up doing missionary flying anywhere in the world. So it's really interesting to look at my future and not know where I'll end up, which can be really scary, but it can be really exciting too. So I'm always looking forward to my future in that.
All right, why don't you give the camera some final words there, and then
Final words.
Yeah.
I have nothing profound to say.
yes, you do.
Go flying, everyone. It's glorious.
That is pretty profound. All right.
Feet ain't even touching ground. It's how we float. Yeah, flying at the speed of sound. On an orbit like a jet pilot. Ain't no gravity to try to fight it. It's how we float. Yeah, we ain't never coming down. Don't you need some more to lean on? Don't you need that taste of freedom? It don't take no education. All you need's an invitation. It's alright. It's alright. Alright. It's how we float. Yeah. Feet ain't even touching ground. It's how we float. Yeah. Flying at the speed of sound. On an orbit like a jet pilot. Ain't no gravity to try to fight it.
And here, the very safe pilot is putting his seatbelt on, for which I am extremely grateful. We are just about to lift off. What's going on? Now we are turning.
Puppy!
There's a puppy.
Puppy!
We must document this.
It's a border
This better
collie.
make it into the video, the final edit.